Attack. Attack.
Hello, boys and girls and in-betweens. Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. My name is Kevin Pereira. It's good to see you. Olivia went out for cigarettes and milk. She promised she'll be back. But joining me today is the lovely Angie Greenup.
We are coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
How are you, Angie?
I'm good, Kevin. How have you been?
Today? I'm great. I'm really good.
You look good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean it.
I'm just taking a moment. Don't mind me. Now let me tell you what's on the show today, folks. Fighter Jen's Little Evil Pulver and non-combatant Blair Butler are going to duke it out in MMA chokehold. Here are their picks for this weekend's UFC 116 when heavyweight giants Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin collide. Plus, if you've tied one on, we're going to make you feel a little bit better with a look at the best hangover food and trend hunt for everybody.
Nice. Then, do you have an iPad? Today's Go Hack Yourself is for you. We'll show you a cheap way to bypass the Apple Store and get awesome iPad cases on the cheap. And Chris Gore drops in to review The Crazies and Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which only sounds like a terrible funk album.
Oh.
Plus, for the first time ever, we're doing DV Tuesday in a hot tub.
What?
Crazy.
It's
nuts.
There's two of my favorite things together, Angie. Well, thank you.
I'm so excited. You can tell. Anyway, time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
Let's go around the net, everybody.
Superstitious. Baseball player Wade Boggs had to eat fried chicken before every game. And some firefighters even drink their own urine.
Yeah, no, that's true. MMA guys do that. They actually sip it back. But I'll tell you, it's better than drinking someone else's urine. Think about it. Might as well be your own vintage, trust me. But now today we can reveal the coach of Germany's World Cup soccer team. He has his very own special eating ritual.
Mas o pior é o Fábio Capello, que realmente tá comendo a bola, vocês vão ver. Olha que bonito.
Que agressão.
Não, mas o Fábio Capello... Olha, não, olha só ele mesmo. Olha lá, comeu.
Get it down. Snotwurst is actually traditional pre-game or pre-battle food, and German opponents know to fear it. So you mock it, but that's how they know. Hell's a-coming.
That's gross.
It's my favorite thing to do in traffic. I mean, there's nothing to do here, so I just play, are they a picker or not? And I like to look over and go...
I thought you were going to say pick your nose.
No. I mean, I do that all the time, not just in traffic. But when I'm stuck or if I'm watching people at a red light, at old G4, we used to look out the windows and kind of go, they're going to pick. And they always go. Yeah. They always thumb. They always do it.
The thumb's a good one.
It
all
happens.
Right. Today's number 4 is a hell of a scoop for the Onion News Network. They've pierced the veil on Al-Qaeda.
Yes, and what they've discovered is shocking, my friends. Turns out the secretive terrorist network is full of twihards.
Homeland Security has confirmed that a terrorist attack on the nation's capital was canceled because it posed too great a risk to Twilight author Stephanie Meyer.
صرنا أشهر بنحضر هالعملية ليش؟ استلمنا معلومات إنه ستيفاني ماير راح تقود فلسك يا ما حدث. الحمد لله راح يكونون موجودين روبرت باتنسون وكريستين ستيوارت.
For the moment, Al-Qaeda simply could not risk harming the woman who captured the alienation and sexual tension of adolescents so beautifully in the book series. I mean, Osama bin Laden himself is a member of Team Jacob.
All right, that would explain the photos we acquired last year. Someone had suggested it was related to the Twilight series, but it hardly seemed possible
Why?
that this could...
Why? But why? The themes are universal.
Well,
I think this video makes it clear that we need to send Stephanie Meyer to protect high-value targets in the Middle East. It's what we must do.
You know, sure, it might be the end of Twilight books, but I think that that's a solution to the war on terror that everyone on this show can agree with.
I agree. It's a good plan. I feel like releasing Twilight books is a terrorist act in and of itself. So anything we can do to stop that would be great.
Ouch.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sorry. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. We thought it'd be funny t-shirts. We didn't think it would really wreck the state. He's been on around the net several times, both as an actor and a politician, but today he's here as a musical thespian.
Yes, previously the governor I can't do
Oh.
accents. That was horrible.
No, I thought someone let Arnold in the studio for a second. I was freaking out. I was like,
The governor. So bad.
wait, that was if Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Gilbert Grape. That was.
That was a good one.
Oh, no, I just sounded a little.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
hey.
Anyway.
Did you hear that?
What?
Listen.
We are epic.
But watch what happens if you do the hot dog and donut.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought we could have triggered
That
some
doesn't need a sound
Do we have,
effect.
we have a spring or a cow or a whatever? Hey, there we go.
Rang my bell. He rang my bell. Okay, so going on, the Governator was seen in a musical version of Total Recall. Now, the same genius who created that masterpiece is back, tackling one of Arnold's most iconic roles, Conan the Barbarian.
If you're my God, then show me the way. I'm on the path, chopping up bodies, hacking and slicing, and look at me now. With loyal friends joining my party, each step I take, I'm fulfilling my vow. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Hear the lamentation of the women. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
By Crom, that roided out barbarian can sing.
You know, and who would have guessed that someday that loincloth-wearing bodybuilder would grow up to be a fairly mediocre politician?
Oh, you're far too generous. Really. You're far too generous. Can we just, one more time, can we just hear a little Arnold? Can we just hear a little?
I would be happy to give you Arnold how it should be done. Governor. You
Put it on a
should hear,
soundboard,
yeah.
sell it for $1 on iTunes. I'm telling you.
You should hear my British accent.
But please.
Today's number 2 item.
Why are you a bitter old angry tea-serving British lady?
I am so bad at accents. At least I know it, right?
No, that was good. That was very good.
It's
The
great.
many voices of Angie Greenup, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, today's number 2 item, it actually comes to us from Toronto. The Hartford of Canada.
The city is currently home to the G20 summit, which means it's also full of protesters from all over the world.
Yes, and when they're not enjoying French fries with gravy, they're looting. So store owners aren't taking any chances. They've actually closed their doors, just in case. A little precaution happens.
Makes sense, but unfortunately, the customers still need to shop.
Why are you closed? Tell us why you're closed! Tell us why you're closed! Why are you closed? I want to go shopping in the Eaton Center! Why are you closing your doors? Tell us the reason! Tell us the reason why! Why are you putting people through this? It is a public place. It says it's open till 7 o'clock. Why are you closed? Why?
Amazing.
It reminds me of those Macy's. Was it Macy's where it was like open, and
Mervyn's,
they're
I believe,
yeah.
yes.
And the girls at the door. Yeah, that's just a creepier testosterone/Tourette's fueled version, I think. But buddy, here's why the doors are closed. Your city's in the middle of a riot. And also the mall is private property, so there's no right to shop, even in your lame Canadian constitution.
Yeah, so why don't you go back to your flat and pen a missive to your prime minister or something, eh?
Oh!
Eh?
Hoover, damn it, Canada, get it together! Hoover, damn it. Still ahead, our number 1 around the net mixes classic gaming with terribly annoying horns.
Yeah, if you thought you heard your last Vuvuzela, think again.
Nailed it. You nailed it. Vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela?
It should come as no surprise that today's number 1 around the net has a lot of vuvuzelas in it. Not happy about it, but they've been everywhere since the World Cup started, and unfortunately, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So, deal.
How However, the plastic horns from hell are also showing up some unexpectedly cool places, like the landmark 1994 first-person shooter, Doom 2.
Oh.
Hate it or love it, I can't tell by that face.
The old BFV. Yeah. Ah, there we go. That was a slow roll. Yeah. All right. If anything can summon and/or fight back the raised demons of Hades, it's most definitely the Vuvuzela. So I loved it. Yes.
So much power in such cheap plastic. Chicago is famous for its political graft, deep dish pizzas, and vicious gangland murders.
Oh, love those gangland murders. And now you can add zombie prom to the list, everybody. One of our fans danced with the dead.
What is up, Attack of the Show? I am the Ryan Fitzpatrick, coming to you from Visions Nightclub in Chicago for Zombie Prom 2010. My friends and I are dressed up and ready to go. So let's go check it out. I'm here with the producer of Zombie Prom, John Flamboy. Thanks for taking the time. Now, where did you come up with the idea with Zombie Prom?
The idea was to reinvent prom, to take all that bullshit from high school and throw it out and have some good old zombie fun. We got a photo booth, costume contest. You don't have to show up as a zombie. We have a zombie makeover booth when you show up.
Are you guys having a good time?
It's better than our actual prom.
Regular prom, that sucks.
Yeah.
Couple number one for King and Queen of Zombie Prom. Give it up for the bleeders. Yeah, Adolf Hitler, Jessica Rabbit. By the way, Hitler, when we have the zombie bat mitzvah, you're invited. The King and Queen of Zombie Prom 2010.
How long did it take you to get your costumes and makeup all squared away?
Maybe like an hour and a half.
What do zombies do after prom?
Eating and watching Avatar. That's what zombies do when they go home.
You're gonna eat Avatar?
For sure.
Yeah. Woo! Well, that's it for Zombie Prom 2010. We had an awesome event. Some good costumes. Like I said, the clowns. There's one dude who I guess was Adolf Hitler, looked more like M. Bison. Pretty sweet nonetheless. Unless he was actually Adolf, then that's not sweet. Thank you, Attack of the Show, for letting me be part of your viewer army. I'm Ryan Fitzpatrick, and you've just been fed.
By the way, if you can't get laid at a prom with a bunch of dead chicks, you should probably put the zombie blast in your mouth and just pull the trigger. And thanks, Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Ryan Fitzpatrick.
The one and only, the man, the myth, the legend.
And then he just turned it into a feed. He's like, you've just been fed. That's the loop. Oh, just do the whole damn show, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Wow.
Oh, calm down. He's not taking your seat.
He probably is, actually.
Still ahead,
Probably is.
iPad early adopters, listen up. Bypass the Apple Store. We've got cheap iPad cases for you. You can go hack yourself.
That's nice of us. At night, our former UFC lightweight champ, Jens Pulver, and nerd champ, Blair Butler, join us to break down UFC 116. Who will smash whom? Brock Lesnar, Shane Carwin, Angie Greenup.
Maybe. Who
Stick
knows?
around. Vicious ground attack.
The workers demand more attack of the show. Международное явление. Сейчас более атаков. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. I am Blair Herder. It's Tuesday, June 29th. Here are your top stories. Hey there, PS3ers. Yeah, PS3ers. Remember that firmware update announcement yesterday that promised update 3.4 will be coming soon? Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, apparently soon means yesterday because Sony actually released it last night. PS3 update comes packed with fun new stuff like a video editor, fancy photo gallery, and support for the PlayStation Network's new service, PlayStation Plus, for a monthly fee or a $50 annual charge. Plus will provide subscribers with freebies and discounts on downloadable games and content. Also, it seems that Apple's post-iPhone 4 release troubles are far from over. A Sacramento law firm announced earlier this week that it will pursue a class action lawsuit against Apple if it can find enough clients who have experienced the dreaded iPhone touch your antenna, you lose your reception problem. If the law firm finds enough evidence of dropped calls and missing bars, they intend to seek substantial damages against Apple. The reception problem has already been acknowledged by Steve Jobs, who actually told one customer via email, just avoid holding it that way. Like, for real, that's actually what you're back. And finally, it is official. Web video giant Hulu will now cost money. No, today the company announced that a subscription service will slowly come into effect for customers at a rate of $10 per month. Basically, if you want access to every episode of a show's current season, you'll have to subscribe to Hulu Plus. However, Hulu will actually not be removing any of their current ad-supported features, so the most recent 5 episodes of a TV show season will still be posted on the site for free. Guess what I'm going to be watching? That stuff. The company also revealed that Hulu content will soon be accessible to customers on their iPhone and iPad, as well as through certain consoles like the PS3 and the Xbox 360, which is pretty cool. I'm Blair Herter, and you have just been fed. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Blair Herter!
Thank you.
Well fed.
So.
Huh? You can run off. Run in front of this camera.
Yeah, run
just go right in
just
front
run,
of it.
run. That was a
There we
walk.
go.
Next time, run.
That's
because I'm not fit.
That was 0 to 60 for Blair. That's about as good as he gets. It's all right.
You know what, Kevin? iPads are missing one thing.
Yes, a USB connection. Just let me plug something in. Seriously.
Okay, 2 things.
What, a camera? Because it should have a camera as well. Okay, USB connection and a camera. Where are we going with this, Angie?
I actually was going to say Velcro. Today's Go Hack Yourself will help you find a cheap way to keep your precious Jesus tablet safe.
It's missing all those other things too, though.
You're right.
Okay.
Agreed.
You don't need to jailbreak your iPad to be a hacker. From making your own stylus to the ultimate cheap iPad stand, here are some of our favorite quick and dirty iPad hacks. Your fat finger? It's not very precise. That's why taking notes and drawing on an iPad is better with a stylus. The good news is you can easily make your own for only a few bucks worth of parts. Here's what you'll need: 1 ballpoint pen, a small length of thin wire, and a piece of conductive foam usually found in electronics packaging. First, empty the ballpoint pen and loop your wire through and around the foam. Insert the foam into the tip of the pen and pull the wire through. Wind the wire down and around the outside of the pen shaft. When you hold the pen, your hand should make contact with the wire. Finally, snip the foam tip into a nice point and you're ready to rock. No more drawing with your finger like a friggin' caveman. Now that you've painted a 21st century masterpiece, don't buy an expensive dock to display your creation. Instead, there are several easy and almost free hacks for displaying your iPad. Remember the box your iPad came in? Well, just add a book and a plastic bottle, and you've got a free stand that works great in landscape mode. Or use a spare wire hanger to create a stable cradle in less than a minute. Just bend it in half, fold down the top, bend the hook under, bend the tip up, and bam, you're in business. Oh, and speaking of business, a plastic or metal business card holder will do the exact same thing, but with a little more style and stability. You can get one at most office supply stores for about $1. If you need instant access to your iPad wherever you go, a homemade stand will not cut it. And that's when you need the ultimate solution: Velcro. Simply mount a couple wide strips to the back of your iPad and use the rest whenever you want to go hands-free. Filmmaker Jesse Roston put his iPad through its paces in the short film iPad plus Velcro equals love. Velcro is a great way to attach an iPad to nearly any surface, and you can't beat the price. Though we definitely don't recommend mounting your iPad next to an open flame. Whoa, is that a motorcycle? From homemade styluses to going hands-free, these hacks prove that you don't have to spend more money to get the most from your iPad. So snip it, bend it, stick it, and go hack yourself.
You know, people flock to Vegas every weekend for a variety of reasons, most of which involve a brand of alcohol or a legal brothel. But this weekend, they're headed to Sin City to find out what's going to happen in the Octagon. It's UFC 116, and it's time for MMA Chokehold. Please join me in welcoming former UFC lightweight champion Jens Pulver and current UFC featherweight champion Blair Butler. Lytle versus Matt Brown. Now, both are about the same size. Matt has a huge reach advantage here. He's got go-go gadget arms. Lytle has almost 6 years more experience fighting than Brown. They're both comfortable striking or on the ground, so this thing should go all over the place. But, Jens, Chris Lytle is known for sort of just leaving it all in the cage. He's a little Tasmanian, gets in there, tears things up. Is that going to work for him?
I mean, it has so far, and it always seems to work for him because he goes into knowing one thing. You walk in with you get a certain amount for show, you get another purse for winning, so it's a split right off the bat. So when you lose, you're taking a beating and I lost as much money, so he's always after that bonus. He's constantly thinking about that bonus, and the bonus can be won with the fight, with the submission, and a knockout, so he wants to win too. I mean, can you imagine having a $200,000 payday on a normal $20,000 salary? You just cleared, that's 2 years of work in one fight.
I can't imagine being punched in the face for any amount of money, to be honest, but that's why you guys do what you do. But, I mean, so you think that's a motivating factor for him, is really that bonus, is that money?
It's
really?
very much been motivating. The guy's got almost 50-some fights. I mean, he's been around for a long time. These are these opportunities for him to cash ahead and to do what he does anyways, which is he's got great ground, great stand-up. Put them together with your fitness and get fight tonight and possible submission tonight or a knockout.
Right, so he's going for the payday. But, Blair, how can Matt Brown actually withstand that style and take the bonuses away?
Well, first off, Matt Brown has great stand-up. He's got great Muay Thai, and he has a little bit of a reach advantage. I think Chris Lytle likes to get in these crazy knockdown, drag-out, slug wars. Basically, I think that Matt Brown needs to be a little more strategic. I think he needs to pick him apart, try to take a decision. Obviously, if he can finish him, he'll finish him. But I think it's key that he...
Do you finish Lytle, though? Like, does that happen?
Well, no. I mean, it rarely happens. In fact, one of the ways that he's ever been finished, though, is you get him in the clinch, which is when the two fighters get up close. Throw elbows at him. If you can cut him bad enough, that's the only way people have stopped Lytle, by
I thought
getting
it was
cuts.
clinch and ask politely, repeatedly,
yes.
whisper
Clinch
into
and
his
ask
ear.
politely,
Whisper in his ear.
Yeah.
If mad,
If you don't mind, I really like this one. There's a girl watching the Jumbotron right now,
Yeah,
and I kind of need to win.
I think it is really important, though, that Matt Brown stay on his feet because he has fought Lytle before, and Lytle submitted him. You know, lights out Lytle, you expect him to knock you out, but he's a submissions guy, too.
All right, so who are you giving it to? It sounds like you're going Team Lytle.
I got to lean towards Chris Lytle.
All right. Sounds good. Jens, what about you?
Of course, Lytle.
You're going Team Lytle? All right. But now we have to get to the moment we've all been waiting for. Brock Lesnar versus Shane Carwin. The winner takes home the unified heavyweight title. They're both pretty even in height and reach. Brock just looks like a sack of muscles marinated in human growth hormone. Shane Carwin has more ring experience. He's never lost, though. Brock, however, arguably has fought better opponents. Of course, Brock is going to look to take him down and just sit on him for a while and let him think about the tremendous weight on his chest. Carwin is looking for a stand-up battle.
Right.
So, Blair, Carwin has won each and every one of his 12 fights in the first round. His highlight reel is actually all of the first rounds. There's no editing because his fights are over that quick.
Yeah.
So is he going to do the same to Lesnar, or is this going to go a multiple rounds?
I think here's what he needs to do. You know, obviously they'll probably come out slugging, but he needs to try and tie him up against the cage, get him again in the clinch against the cage, and then dirty box him to sleep with his giant lunchbox fist.
Yeah,
because that's a strategy that works, and he throws short punches that knock people silly, and I think that's important. He needs to not get taken down by Brock Lesnar because if Brock Lesnar sits on you, it's like having Moby Dick on your chest. You can't win that way. The whale will crush you.
A very, very tattooed whale.
Yes, exactly. A very strong, angry whale.
All right, Jens, is Brock going to be able to actually get Carwin down? I mean, his wrestling's top-notch, right?
Well, I mean, I think he can. I mean, he's a wrecking ball. With his agility and the strength and the size that he brought to the heavyweight division, just to see a legitimate 265 the way he is, I mean, to me, that's huge. I mean, when he comes forward, he comes crashing forward, he could probably take on a small car and win. You know?
Does he train against an F-150 just for kicks?
I mean, I would. And guys, I would at least let it ping off my chin because, again, that is a worrisome moment is, you know, you got to look at this fight. You got one guy who has 12 fights and one guy who has 5, and they're fighting for the unified world title. I mean, you've got to work on it. There's some things you just pick up with time. Defensive dancing and all this other stuff, you know, and you forget as you get older. But, you know, I mean, at the
as you get older, as someone pummels it out of your head.
Yeah, and that's, you know, so he has to, just with how many fights each of them had, it's still, these are young guys.
Right.
Collectively. And I think when he brings the motor, comes hard, Carwin's big hand hits him, it will suck, but we'll see what happens.
I don't know if you can, defensively dance your way. I mean, it's a refrigerator on wheels. I don't know how
He's the most agile refrigerator you've ever seen. Brock Lesnar is like a ballerina
that is actually very swift.
Buffalo. It's crazy.
All right, Jens, who do you have? Who are you taking?
Brock, always, every day, any day.
All right, now Blair, you have a...
If
Are you Team Edwards or Team Jacobs?
If his cardio is good, I give it to the underdog, Shane Carwin. I think I'm calling it an upset. Yeah.
I like it. All right, Jens, in case you're wrong and Blair is right, where can fans find you and yell at you and beat you up on the internet? How can they find you?
Team Edward, by the way. Jens _ just go to twitter.com, Jens _ Pulver. I am tweeting as much as possible. I'm figuring it out a little bit, more and more each day. So definitely out there.
And we have to, of course, give a shout out to your youngest, who you were rolling with in the cage, and you broke her collarbone because she didn't tap.
Yeah, making me rugged. No, this is to my daughter, Madeline Spring. Hey, Daddy loves you. I heard about the accident over there at Grandma. She broke her collarbone, so this is her first big.
She was ghost riding a dune buggy or something like that. I mean, it was like an off-road golf cart.
Yeah,
so
it's an off-road golf cart.
You got a tough one going up there.
Yeah, that's a bouncer. So hey, Daddy loves you. I'll see you.
All right, get well, Princess, and we'll find out who's right this weekend at UFC 116. Big round of applause for Jen Pulver, everybody, and of course for Blair Butler. UFC 116 goes down this Saturday.
When I'm not on Attack of the Show, I host a little program called It's Effin' Science. Perhaps you've heard of it. If not, you have now. Whoever said chickens can't fly didn't own a cannon. Today on our Effin' Artillery segment, we're going to use a cannon to see how fast a chicken can fly. And we'll also see how much damage that chicken can actually do.
Stick it in the hole! Oh my God, dude!
The following is an effing disclaimer.
No live chickens were harmed at all in this next experiment, but dead chickens, wow, they take a beating.
We got the idea for today's experiment from the good old people at the FAA. The FAA invented the chicken cannon to shoot dead chickens at airplanes so they could see how well an aircraft would react if it was in a mid-air collision with a flying bird. We were skeptical of how much damage a chicken can actually cause.
Chicken in the hole!
Plus, we'll use any excuse to build a cannon. So we've decided to hack our very own chicken cannon so we can test just how dangerous a flying chicken can be.
Oh, wow.
This is an air cannon that runs off of compressed air. We used a compressor to fill it up to about 100 psi, and then we're ready to go.
We hacked together this chicken cannon with an air compressor that compresses the air into a 20-gallon tank. We've attached a ball valve between the tank and the cannon barrel. This releases the pressurized air all at once, which forces the chicken out of the barrel at a rapid speed. Normally, the Air Force fires raw chickens at the canopies of fighter jets using a cannon. Well, even the cheapest fighter jet on eBay was out of our price range. So instead, we're using a car windshield.
Okay, you ready, Angie?
Ready!
You ready? Okay. On
I love this show, man! Nice! 68 miles per hour.
Yep. Chickens driving 68 miles per hour, dead stop, through the windshield. This is what it would look like. So the moral of the story is chickens, if they drive, should wear seatbelts.
Tonight at an all-new It's Effin' Science, find out what causes more damage, a speeding bullet or a chicken fired from a cannon. And allow me to bust the myth that once TV airs, it goes away forever. You can download last week's episode on Xbox Live, Zune, PSN, or iTunes. Stay tuned for the first time ever. We're doing DV Tuesday in a hot tub. I'm not kidding.
Oh, look, it's an idiot with an axe. What could possibly go wrong? Does the axe get stuck? Does the tree fall on him? Or does he whiff and lose his grip on the axe? Find out when we return. Oh, look, it's an idiot with an axe. What could possibly go wrong? Does the axe get stuck? Does the tree fall on him? Or does he whiff and lose his grip on the axe? Maybe it's a good thing we didn't see what happened off camera.
Every Tuesday, baby DVDs leave the womb and are immediately kidnapped for DV Tuesday! Welcome back, film expert Chris
How's it going, Angie? This is fun. This is a lot of fun.
It's weird.
And also weird. I can feel your feet.
Oh, stop. Oh, Chris. Wait till later. Okay, what are we checking out today?
Okay, first up, we have The Crazies. The Crazies.
This film is a remake of the little-known George Romero film, which puts a spin on your typical zombie movie.
Okay,
What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, it owes a lot to 28 Days Later because the zombies in the movie get this virus and they go rabid is what happens. And it's kind of cool because the people who are trying to escape this town that's been infected, they not only have to battle these crazy zombies, but they also have to battle the military that's trying to contain this plague in the United States. So it's awesome, and it's directed by Breck Eisner, and he did a great job on this. I really enjoyed it.
How are the extras?
The extras are great. Breck Eisner does commentary on it, and there's also, you're behind the scenes with all the makeup effects, which is, I like that they didn't, depend so much on CGI. And the cool thing is there's 2 motion comics in it. They kind of expand the world of the Crazies via a motion comic, and that's also a really cool extra.
Sweet. All right. What is the bottom line, Chris?
Bottom line is rent it, don't miss the Crazies. You'll thank me. Really solid.
Giving it a rent.
Cool.
I like a good rent. All right, what's our next DVD?
It's Percy Jackson and the Olympians: the Lightning Thief.
Oh, that's a really long title. This film is like Harry Potter with Greek gods. What's not to love?
Well, it aspires to be that, but I can say it falls so flat with sort of cheesy digital effects. And just a cast that just seems right out of all the good-looking actor types that we see all over Hollywood.
Oh, it's a shame.
It's like it's like all the hot people from Europe got together, had an orgy, and created the DNA pool that created all actors. They all look the same. They all look exactly the same. So I'm just not a fan of this film. It's just they just didn't build the world like Harry Potter kind of builds a world you believe.
Right.
I'm speaking very seriously, covered in balls, but and I'm trying to make a point here. It's important for a filmmaker to create a world that you believe in, and you really just don't buy all the nonsense happening in this film. It doesn't work.
That just sucks. But
Yes,
are
it's
there
true.
It sucks.
Yes, yeah.
Are there any good extras? Not a great movie. Any good extras?
No, not. I mean, there's deleted scenes, but I mean, they're just ridiculous. And
If you don't care about the movie, why do you care about scenes that aren't in the movie?
Precisely. I mean, look. I've been covering films on Attack Show for 5 years now. This is one of the worst movies I have ever had to cover.
Oh my gosh!
I hate you all today, but not really because I'm hanging out with you in a hot tub.
That's right.
So this makes up for it. Cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does.
I'm
Quite a
flattered
bit.
by that. Thank you. When movies suck, get in a hot tub with me.
True.
All right. That's I don't know.
So obviously that's a pass, folks. If you didn't catch that, that's a pass.
Yeah,
Definitely a pass.
Yeah. All right, I think we know what our next DVD is.
You bet. Hot Tub Time Machine!
Chris, what do we get in the unrated version of the film that we didn't see in theaters? But I saw it in the theater.
I saw it in the theater several times. This is one of my favorite comedies this year. I'll tell you, the R-rated version is 1 hour, 38 minutes, 52 seconds. The unrated version is 1 hour, 40 minutes, 37 seconds, giving you 1 minute and 41 seconds of effectively boobs. We get a lot of Craig Robinson in a tub with wet boobs. There's a lot of boobs. There's a lot of extra boobs. And let me just say, too, some of you might say 1 minute and 41. That's not a lot, but okay, think about this. Some of the greatest times I've ever had in my life occurred over the course of 1 minute and 41 seconds.
I bet you less than a minute.
I'm gonna be honest with you, less also.
All right, so what are the special features?
There's a lot of great special features. There's deleted scenes on this where Rob Corddry is on fire in the deleted scenes. You see him do line read after line read. You could make a whole other version of this movie just based on the different line reads from the actors. And there's also extras where they focus on different characters, like Chevy Chase's hot tub repairman and Crispin Glover's character, the guy who gets his arm chopped off. So there's just all kinds of great fun stuff.
All right, so give it to us. What is the bottom line?
I mean, that's so easy. This is a buy. It's a buy. Love Hot Tub Time Machine.
Buy it now. watch it in a hot tub.
That's the best way to see it.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Chris. For more gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore.
I'm experiencing shrinkage.
Hi. You're probably wondering why I'm in a hot tub. And the answer is, I want to put you in this hot tub. Because it's time for another epic giveaway! What is this? That is so creepy. Were you down here the whole time? In honor of the DVD and Blu-ray release of Hot Tub Time Machine, you can win the same barrel-style hot tub featured in the movie, John Cusack not included. MGM Home Entertainment has partnered with Dimension One Spas to generously provide this Journey spa for today's epic giveaway. Would you like to know more?
Yeah. Of course they would, Angie. This surprisingly affordable hot tub seats 4 adults and is completely plug and play. Just fill it with water from your garden hose, plug it into any standard outlet. It has 20 storm rotator massaging jets, LED lighting, and an energy-efficient design. Hey, it won't help you time travel, but trust us, you're still going to want the thing. Am I right? Yeah. Back to you, Angie.
Thanks, Kevin. To win this Dimension One Journey Spa, visit our website at g4tv.com/AOTS and click the epic giveaway link. Get your entry in between now and June 30th by 3 p.m. Eastern to be eligible. We'll announce the lucky winner right here on tomorrow's show. Still ahead, today's epic fail is some rooftop ninja running that goes horribly right.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS, we've got an indie games roundup including Pixel and I Made a Game with Zombies in It on Game Break. Then, meet Zach Anner, an Austin-based comedian who blew up on the interwebs. He joins us to discuss his success and the controversy surrounding it. And it's time for dudes to almost die winning a gold medal when the X Games returns. We've got a closer look at some of the new events and returning extreme athletes in Adrenaline Junkies. See it tomorrow.
Getting drunk is fun.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Getting undrunk, not so much.
No, it's not. But one way to feel better after a hangover is to actually just eat your way out of it with really unhealthy foods. Hooray! Heart attacks!
Nobody ever sets out to get a hangover. But unless you stick to your promise of never drinking again, you're gonna need something in your gut that will bring you back to the land of the living. Just about everyone has a go-to food to cure a hangover, and it's usually something greasy, salty, and loaded with fat or wrapped in bread. Thankfully, researchers at Newcastle University's Center for Life scientifically proved this is just what your ailing body needs. They suggest munching on a bacon sandwich, since the protein in the bacon breaks down the amino acids and repairs your body, while rebuilding neurotransmitters that'll make you think clearly. Feeling a bit more adventurous? Well, some of the more popular cures many swear by include steaming bowls of pho and menudo, prairie oysters made from raw egg, Worcestershire, salt and pepper, or even the Outer Mongolian recipe of pickled sheep's eyes in tomato juice. Do you still feel like you can't hold anything solid down? Well, there are plenty of cures that can help. Drinks like Gatorade and Pedialyte restore vital nutrients, but the best thing may actually be a bottle of coconut water. The drink not only rehydrates your body, it's loaded with electrolytes and potassium, aiding in digestion, muscle performance, circulation, metabolism, and boosting your immune system. You might want to leave out the pineapple and rum this time around. 2 popular hangover cures to avoid: eggs and coffee. Both produce acid, and while they may feel good going down initially, they don't help in rebalancing your body after alcohol has done its damage. The caffeine in coffee and other drinks doesn't help either. It may wake up your brain, but it works as a stimulant, since it's really poisoning your body, and that's something you don't need much more of right now. So remember to drink responsibly, and in moderation. But for those times you indulge a little more than you should, there is relief other than praying to the porcelain god. And for more info on everything you just saw and more, head on over to complex.com.
Oh, I wish I was drunk right now.
Aren't you?
Not yet.
Ah.
But soon.
Yes, very, very soon.
It's time for today's epic fail. Now you see him.
Now you don't. Yeah.
What do you think was down there?
A sad, broken, flightless child.
Okay, I have one more idea. I can't talk today. Idea for you. I have a stupid idea. A great idea.
Wait, is it great or is it stupid?
It's great. It's great.
Is it stupid great?
Stupid great. That's
All right.
how great it is. Give our Google Voice a call. We're at 805-268-7123. Tell us what you're doing on the 4th of July or the 4th of July in 2025.
Yeah. And it should involve eating or exploding meat. If it doesn't, you're doing it wrong, is all I'm saying.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
Many thanks to our guest, Christopher Gore. And of course, very, very special thanks to my guest co-host, Angie Greenup.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Campus PD starts right now. But before we leave, does Arnold Schwarzenegger want to say goodbye to the folks at home?
Goodbye? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to teach accents one day.
Goodbye.
I did that on purpose.
That was
that
a Swedish chef version of Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is nice.
Maybe that's his next job. He's going to be unemployed soon.
Well, he's made the whole state unemployed, so why not join him? Good night, everybody.